How can you make meditation a habit? The benefits of meditation really come when you do it regularly, when you maintain the practice. And I've wondered why for about 20 years of just thinking and thinking about it, why I finally started to regularly meditate. How did it become a habit for me? Tons of people talk about, teach different techniques and about the practice for meditation, but there's less focus on how to maintain it over time. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. I currently do a type of mindfulness sitting meditation practice, usually about 20 minutes a day, sometimes more, sometimes less. And so the reason why is about 4 years ago, I was dealing with a lot of anxiety, to the extent it was affecting me physically. And I learned about meditation. I knew about meditation. I was learning more about it and its possible benefits. I decided that it would be helpful for me to take lessons. So I took lessons, individual lessons from a meditation teacher who I was referred to, and about 6 or so lessons. And that was a start. It could have stopped then. This happens with other things, healthy eating, exercise, etc. Sometimes you start things and you stop them, but how do you maintain them? And I think the process for establishing a meditation habit is probably similar to other practices too, like eating, healthy eating. And so James Clear in Atomic Habits has a nice way of laying this out. Specific suggestions he offers for creating or breaking a habit, right? So he offers a habit cheat sheet that you can download from his website, and it's definitely worth reading his book, Atomic Habits, or listening to the book. So he breaks it down. He establishes like the 4 different general laws, each with specific suggestions. The laws are: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Some of the suggestions are more applicable to my experience, so I'll focus on those and skip the less relevant ones. So first off, make it obvious. So I stated very clearly what I wanted to do. I indicated the amount of time, and I used an app to help me. So I used Insight Timer, which is a meditation app, and that was actually very helpful. I set a specific time, so I usually meditate in the morning, right after I wake up. Habit stacking, so right after getting my jasmine pearl green tea, and I drink my water in the morning, then I do the meditation. Design your environment. So I have a pillow, a meditation bench in the part of my office, my home office where I used to meditate, where I'm in the morning. So it's all right there. I go to my office in the morning after I drink my green tea, and it's all there ready to go. Make it attractive. So using the app and sending positive wishes to other meditators helped me to associate with a culture that valued meditation. So I think that was also very helpful for me. Do something you enjoy prior. So having the green tea, I use a vibrating foam roller for my back, and also do 4, 7, 8 count breathing, which is very pleasurable. So I do that before. Make it easy. So reducing the steps or the friction that has to happen for the habit to happen. So it's right there. It's ready to go. So that's pretty easy. 2-minute rule. So basically starting at a very modest time. And I started at 3 minutes, and I built it up from there. In the beginning, I thought 20 minutes or more, that would be impossible. I couldn't imagine sitting for 20 minutes. So just starting at 3 minutes, that I could do. And it wasn't easy, actually. So on days when I don't have time, my motto is something like, there's something, doing something is better than nothing. So even 2 minutes, 3 minutes, better than nothing. Automation. So I use Trello, a task management tool, and in that every day reminds me to meditate. But I really don't need to be reminded because I tend to do it. But if I don't meditate in the morning, it'll remind me to do it later in the day. Make it satisfying. Meditation really, for me, it's been like satisfying on its own. So when I do it and I'm done, it feels good. So it has its own built-in reinforcement. Using a habit tracker like the meditation app. And I'd like to build, really I found it to be like very important, like that, to not miss a day, so that the number of consecutive days that it showed didn't get reset to 0. And so I thought it was kind of silly, and I think it's kind of silly, but it's meant a lot to me. It's sort of driven me forward. Never miss twice. So if I miss a day, which I've done occasionally, I'll make sure to do it the next day and not break the habit. So that's very important. There are some ways that have helped me to maintain this practice, come up with a model for understanding why this has worked for me, how this has worked for me. I'd like to know what's worked for you, post a comment. Would love to hear about your experience. Thanks, and see you.